Hey guys and girls, my name is Wolf and I'm joined by Impsar.
Hey.
And Zachary Marks, also known as QED Reaper. How are you going, man?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks. So today, or not today, this week we are going to be focusing on Diablo and 1, 2 and 3. And so first of all, let's introduce what we're actually doing here. This is the weekly rant number 3, 4 even. Last week we weren't able to do it because we were busy as fuck. Well, that's what I was. I wasn't able to do it, and simply we just forgot about it. So that's a thing. So yeah, we're doing a weekly rant. So how we generally each choose a game to talk about, but I'll be talking about Diablo 1 and 2, while these two talk about Diablo 3 and all of that involved. So first of all, let's get on to the news before we get on to Diablo 2. So, I got some news that I'll be casting the HSL, which is the High School League, and the MBL, the Mono Battles League, finals and Season 2s of, in the coming weeks for StarCraft 2, so that's also a thing. That was a bit... yeah. Any news from you guys?
And I will be streaming maybe some Diablo 3. I've been streaming that for a bit this week. And probably more Minecraft. Oh, and one thing for my streamers, I got rid of the pedo mustache. I shaved today, and it's gone, and probably not going to come back until November.
That's a shame.
Yeah. So that's what I did today. I shaved.
Zach, what's your news? What's your news?
Screw you, JD. Oh god, he's a classic, that guy. Alright, what are you doing, Zach?
Okay, well, I'm not doing much, but hopefully all you guys that are watching this will be tuning into Impsar's stream, because it is a brilliant stream.
That it is. www.twitch.tv/Dominion Gaming Live, all capitals in the live. Alright, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to get on to, not first of all, because we've actually done some things, but we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about Diablo 1 and 2. So, I'm not going to really get into the lore as such, because I'm sure those who play or watch the Diablo series, play or watch the Diablo series or read or into the books or whatever, they understand the lore. So there's no real point that talking about the story of the game.
There's the story for Diablo 1?
Yeah, basically you choose...
I thought you just go straight to hell, like you fight your way down to hell.
That's essentially what it is, but if you look into like the lore of it, there's actually actual lore to it, and with obviously the whole Diablo thing, that's a part of the lore.
Yeah.
And like all the different levels of demons and all that, and how the Citadel, the Cathedral gets corrupted by Diablo and all that.
Oh, Tristan or whatever.
Yeah, he corrupts King Leoric and all that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's all a part of the story, which you find out like over.
But isn't that all in number 2?
That you do find bits out in number 2 and number 1, sort of thing.
Oh.
There's different dialogue scenes with characters within the game. But anyway, so we're going to talk about the 3 different classes. So there's like the warrior, the rogue, and the sorcerer. Now, obviously, the rogue is being a part of like the rogue or the Amazon class from Diablo 2, and probably the demon hunter equivalent for Diablo 3. And it's a ranged bow class and all that, and its main focus is dexterity. And then you have the warrior, which is pretty self-explanatory. Beat the shit out of things with your sword, or club, or axe, or mace, or all the above. And then the sorcerer is also very self-explanatory. Is just basically a mage or a wizard or whatever you want to call it, doing fire spells and all of that awesome stuff. And now this is just all going on the fly, because I'm trying to think of different things to talk about for Diablo 1. Yeah, basically considering it's such an old game, the progression system was pretty awesome. You slowly got deeper and deeper and deeper towards hell, which I absolutely loved. You started out going into the cathedral, and then you ended up right at the bottom of the earth, right, and you're facing Diablo, or right in the middle of the earth at hell or whatever, facing Diablo, which was pretty awesome.
That does sound actually pretty awesome. I mean, if they had updated graphics, I could probably play it. Like,
they should probably do a HD remastered or HD remake of 1 and 2, because that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, one thing I definitely love and is the not that you can actually really notice it, but the graphics and the art style is you've probably heard this countless times on other places, but like it's really dark. It's got this very dark sort of feel to it, and unlike the it just seems like it's very gothic, and that's pretty awesome. I definitely love it. It really immerses you within the world that you are in. Anything else you want to know about Diablo 1?
not really.
Okay.
Not really, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diablo 1's old school.
You should really play it though. If you ever get the chance, play it. It's a lot of fun. It's epic.
Yeah, but again, it's the graphics thing that gets me. That's why I couldn't play Diablo 2.
Yeah.
When Diablo 3 was like announced, I thought, oh yeah, I'll go play Diablo 2. But it was the graphics are so poor on it, like compared to today's standard. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, I mean, I couldn't understand where I was or anything because it's all, yeah.
Considering it was made in 1995, well, holy
Yeah,
fuck.
I know, it had great graphics for 1995.
It was a great game.
2011 graphics? Yeah, there's just no way I could have played that.
But I don't know. We're gonna go into Diablo 2 here, but I definitely think I don't understand how you couldn't find your way, because if you press tab, you would have gotten a map up, and you would have been able to.
You have to explore the map, and then it fucking takes forever. I mean, you have to do that in Diablo 3, but I mean, this is just a really. I just didn't like the world I was in enough to play it at the start, like when I was.
Well, it's essentially a massive grind. That's all that Diablo has been, though, and that's what the genre is. It's like,
yeah, I know. I didn't mind the grind, but I just didn't. I couldn't get attached to the game to make me want to play it. It was just the like the graphics of the game couldn't pull me in enough to play it. It was just a headache of bad graphics.
Okay.
But that's when I was playing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if I was playing it when I was like 12, I guess, I would have fucking finished it and been master of Diablo. He would be my bitch. That's what I'm saying.
See, that's really sad, because you're playing a game which is now up to its 3rd installment, and you finished it or on your way to finishing it.
We're on the way to finish it.
Okay.
I mean,
So the thing is, though, is that you're playing this 3rd game of this trilogy of this game, right?
Yeah.
But yet you still haven't killed Diablo.
Sorry.
Yeah,
This game. Kill him again.
that's what they're trying to do.
Get up to photo mode and kill him about 6 times before I stop playing this game.
But with like Diablo, they're trying to get the story of the whole trilogy to come together to this final part of finally beating Diablo. But they've been talking about having a new installment for it, and I was like, fair enough.
You killed Diablo 1 and 2, don't you? Like,
Yeah, he's the final boss in number 1, obviously, and then he's the final boss in number 2. After, sorry, spoiler alert, you should know this because you've seen defeating Mephisto and Baal if you played Lords of Destruction.
What? Mephisto?
Mephisto, the Lord of Destruction, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's it.
I was just thinking that because we killed a boss and it was, I'm not going to say his name, but it started like a fist, but it was the Lord of Gluttony or something.
Oh, okay.
It was a pretty good boss fight, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
really disgusting.
it was like, yeah, this guy's gonna die.
But no, yeah, you kill Mephisto in around at the end of Act 3, and then you kill, and then you kill Diablo in
Yeah, it's
Act
called
4.
the Primeval or something. Isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
the boss fight's called the Primeval.
yeah. Like, there's 3. There was like I don't know.
The 7 lords.
Yeah,
I know
7 lords of hell, and Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal were the most powerful 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they were the ones in charge, and then the next 2 who came in charge are the bosses in Diablo 3, which I'll find out about later, not by you guys. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no, they're the only ones left.
yeah. Oh, okay.
That was the thing. They're the only ones left that are still around. The other ones were put into soul stones. I think that's
Oh, okay.
what. Yeah.
All right.
Continue on you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Diablo 2 is there's 5 initial classes: the Barbarian, the Amazon, which you you heard me talk about, the Necromancer, who was epic, the Paladin, who was also epic, and the Wizard chick. Yeah, that's her name.
Horus.
So they're all pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty awesome, having different abilities and all of that jazz. Necromancer was a lot of fun. I enjoyed summoning minions of skeletons to kill other skeletons and undead. And then in the expansion, Lords of Destruction, you got the Assassin, who used a lot of melee and martial tactics. And then the Druid, who could shapeshift and also summon like beings of the nature to help him out, which
Like
is
dryads.
yeah, sort of. But they were all really awesome actual classes if you played into them. Because I absolutely loved running around and just kiting bitches all day with a bow and arrow in Diablo 2. Yeah, because there's these basically corrupted rogues. They like run at you with their pole arms. You just like run away, bam, bam, shoot, run away, bam, bam, shoot. I'm like kiting with Marines. It's so much fun.
Oh.
But yeah, I definitely think the classes in Diablo 2 were really awesome, really well thought out. They all played really well, and they were a lot of fun. I've probably played all of them through Act 1, I think, at least, and then I've basically beaten the game with my Barbarian and Paladin.
Yeah.
Any questions about Diablo 2 before you guys go into the big finale for
Yeah, there's
Diablo
one
3?
thing I want to know. Like, how long was it between, well, not like game-wise, but lore-wise, how long was between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3? Because apparently it wasn't that long, but everybody seemed to have forgotten about everything.
Okay.
That's...
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot remember this off the top of my head. I'll have to have a quick Google search. But I think I'm pretty sure between 2 and 3, it was like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, because it makes no sense, because no one knows about anything, except for 2 guys who write the lore books what you pick up. And I prefer one guy over the other. Like, one guy's just fucking hilarious. Everything he writes is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
You know the guy I'm talking about, the not Uncle Decker, the other guy, I can't remember
Uncle
his name.
Deckard.
Deckard.
TGS podcast. Go and check it out. But still, no, this isn't helping me one bit. No, I want.
I heard it was 20 years after number
actually,
1.
Diablo, yeah, that seems about right. Because like the basic law, you know who the Dark Wanderer is, right?
The what?
Yeah.
The Dark Wanderer, you know who he is?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, yeah. I think it was something like 10 to 20 years, something like that. Okay. A quick Google search is not the option, apparently. Let's go to the Diablo 3 wiki. That will help. Okay, Diablo 3, the latest game of the Diablo series, after years of rumors, whatever. Yep. Open beta was launched then. I don't care about when it was launched. I do not want to. Ah, fuck it. Alright, so let's go on to Diablo 3 while I look at this and find out what the time span in the lore is. So, I will pass it on to you, Impsar.
Okay, well, in Diablo 3, there's only 5 classes. There's the Barbarian, who's a beast attacking. He's more of a tank class than anything. there's the monk, who's a melee DPS. That's what Zach's been playing in our playthrough. There's the witch doctor, which is what I've been playing. He's a range class. He does some summoning spells. He's pretty beast. Everything revolves around voodoo and stuff. It's pretty cool. There's the wizard, who does arcane magic in this one. So like frost and magic missiles and stuff. And then there's demon hunter, which I played a bit of, and my cousins told me a lot about it. Who is just an all-around fucking mass DPS boss.
Traps,
Yeah.
like you slaying
he's
traps
just like-
and
He's got traps. He's got
range, yeah,
crossbows.
yeah.
He really reminds me of Van Helsing from the movie, like movie Van Helsing. He's just so badass. And so as we tried to figure out, it takes place after several years after Diablo 2. It's a lot nerfed than Diablo 2. I learnt that when I played Diablo 2, because Diablo 2 you have fuckload of spells that you can pick from, and you can. There's tech trees, right? Like Jesse.
Yeah.
There's tech trees, right? Like there's
Yep.
different types of spells. Yeah. Yeah, and that's all gone. You get spells as you level up, and you usually use the one you just leveled up with, but it's not always the best choice. Some of the spells are really good. I mean, it's fucking hilarious. As Witch Doctor, I have summoning toads as one of my ability, and at the start they just jump around and explode. But I think third rune is the Toad of Hugeness. I only used this once in one area. Basically what it does, you summon a giant toad that eats stuff, which is friggin' hilarious. I mean, it's so fucking funny. Zach saw me use it, so
Yeah, I can't stop laughing.
yeah, it's like and eats stuff. So funny, and then it jumps back into the ground. And like goes. Oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, Zach, you talk about your class for a bit.
Okay, well, as you have before, I'm a monk, and monks relate around to being spiritual and stuff, and I use, instead of using mana, like Impsar does, I use spirit, which is a very slow regaining energy, unless I am fighting, where it speeds up, but it's a really good class. There's a monk, you should only be using main melee weapons, which with like when you level up like I am now really quickly, your damage goes from probably like 60 to 200 instantly after picking some right weapons. And with the monk you should be building dexterity. We found that out, and
Yeah, we were playing like blind for a while, and then I realized if you hover over the attribute, it tells you what you need for that class. So I found out I was just using like random shit I was picking up, and then I found out I needed intelligence, which I don't know why I didn't realize I needed intelligence. But then I got like heaps of stuff with intelligence, and my DPS went through the friggin' roof. I mean, it went from like 70 to 200 in like one item pickup. It was
Nice.
good.
Nice. And so, sorry, go ahead, continue.
the one bad thing about the monk, if you are playing him, don't be like me and run ahead in front of your partner and run into the middle of a bunch of suiciders, because you're going to come out second best. It doesn't really work.
We both died because I forgot to have my zombie dogs out, and Zach ran ahead and got killed instantly, and I was like, oh, what was that? And then I got flattened by suicidal guys. They're so annoying.
So I played the beta, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people played the beta. But I found it really fun. It was a really good amount, even though people said it was short. It didn't really spoil a whole lot, which was great, which I loved. And I played it as the barbarian, the demon hunter, and a little bit of the mage, and it was in the time that I had in the free weekend. That's what I played it as, and so I really enjoyed the gameplay. My main class is a barbarian because I like to smash people's skulls in, and it's as you heard before, it was like my main class in Diablo 2's, and it was the only one from Diablo 2 in Diablo 3, so I decided to play it. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, like a lot of leaping and just hacking and slashing into endless amounts of undead. It's a lot of fun. I only got up to like level 10ish because that's all you can really get up to in the beta, and so you don't really. I didn't really, until you verse Leoric, and so
he's the Skeleton King. He's not Leoric anymore.
Well, his former self, he was Leoric.
I know, but you verse him as the Skeleton King.
Yeah, I know.
Leoric is dead.
Come on, guys, it's Rant. No argument.
We allowed a rant.
Guess that's why we called it the Rant.
Yeah, I think that was a good naming choice because we can just talk bullshit and get away with it.
Yeah, we can just talk on forever and still get away with it because it's a rant.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, and then I played the Demon Hunter, which was really awesome. It was a lot of fun. I preferred to use a bow over a crossbow, maybe because I just prefer a bow over a crossbow in real life. I would prefer a bow over a crossbow. Maybe it was just a personal preference, but I generally found bows which were better than my crossbows. But unless it was a really good crossbow, I would use the crossbow or whatever. But I didn't actually get to use any dual wielding of crossbows, which was a bit of a shame. But it was. Yeah, overall, it was a lot of fun, and it definitely. I played with a few different people and different personalities with playing as well, which we'll get onto this topic in a bit. Just having to deal with other people online and how they play their play style as well, and respecting that play style. Like, for example, my brother, he's nice and slow, methodic, and likes to search everywhere and kill every motherfucking monster in the area before progressing through to the next little area of the overall area.
That's the best way to get loot, like killing everything before you move on.
Yeah, and
but
then
if you're just trying to beat the game like me and Zach are doing, I mean, like, normal mode is just a tutorial, really. Yeah. That's like everybody's saying it, and that's what Blizzard even said. But yeah, normal mode is a tutorial, so I want to kind of push through normal mode and then go into nightmare mode, and then I'll go get fucking loot all the time, and then do that in hell mode and all that.
Yeah, you know.
But
sorry, continue.
Zach has a different playstyle to me. Like, I want to kill everything before I move on to the next. Like, kill all the mobs in one mob before I move on, and Zach just leaves everything behind before he's finished. He kills all his stuff he's done, and then he just moves on to the next mob. And I'm like 3 levels ahead of him, but it takes me a while to kill like 17 mobs, and he kills like 6 and moves on to the next group.
I don't like sitting there for like an extra minute going, oh yeah, kill this mob, kill this mob. I just want to get past the game.
See, and
then he runs off and gets killed. I mean, like last night he died twice, and then I died once when I was versing Denial. So, I'm not telling you when you verse him, but he's one of the main bosses.
Cool.
I died once because I got stuck in a corner. It's the stupidest thing! You get stuck in this corner and he just rapes you. And then Zach didn't res me because he was being a dick.
I said, I got this, and then I decided after almost dying to
like, I got this.
Dead. See, this is probably gonna bring me onto my onto.
Oh no, he didn't die, but like, he got almost down to like death, and then he came res me.
Well, this is gonna bring on to my next topic, but like, with dealing with these other players is something that I don't really want, and just having to deal with the whole online thing in general.
It's one thing. Like that.
Everyone I talk to, why the fuck do you have to be online to play? Keiko, talk.
Yeah, online play is stupid. I think last night, for some reason we got we went up to the bit in Act 3, and it's server shut down in 4 minutes. Okay, we try and rush through to the point where we can and try to get to a checkpoint, and then we'll do it. And then it shut down for about 3 minutes. Like, why shut down at all? If you're shutting down for 3 minutes and we can go straight back into the game, why do you have to shut down? It was like, one maintenance, it just said server shut down in 40 minutes, and it was like, oh yeah, we can get through some stuff. And then it was 4 minutes, and we were like, okay, let's rush to the next checkpoint. Right? And then we get there, and it shuts down for 3 minutes. We thought this was going to be the end of our night. And no, 3 minutes. That's how long it was down. I think it was less than that, hey?
Yeah, it was like probably like probably around 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was when we were playing co-op, but this does it even if you're playing single player. Like, if the server shut down, you cannot play, which is bullshit. I mean, anybody who doesn't have internet cannot play this game. Which, I mean, it's fucking annoying.
Which sucks complete and utter balls as well. It's,
I found in normal mode, if you're playing solo, you're not going to get past that, and it's just really, really good.
Well, okay, that's the thing that I'm finding really funny, because you're saying that the Butcher was really hard, which is...
no, it was hard in solo.
Yeah, in solo by yourself. But when my brother soloed it as the Demon Hunter that he played as, and he got through it really quick. And he did it really easily.
Was it in normal mode or nightmare mode?
Normal.
Because nightmare mode is a lot easier solo than it is co-op. There's something screwed up about normal mode. Yes, I'm telling the truth.
What's that?
Yeah.
There's no way they'll do that though. That's a load of bullshit. That's a load of bullshit. Why would they do such a thing? Why would they make the easier mode harder than the harder mode? That makes no sense.
No, I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying, like, it's harder than nightmare mode is harder than normal mode. No question doubt. But solo normal mode is a lot harder than solo nightmare mode. Nightmare mode solo is pretty easy, but with co-op it's a bit hard, like a lot harder. That's what I'm saying. Because my cousin's doing, I think he's in hell mode on co-op with a bunch of mates, and he reckons it's a lot harder co-op than solo. That's kind of confusing, because normal mode was a lot harder for me, solo, and then when I joined up with Zach, we were flying stuff. What?
I just called you a noob. Darn.
It just sounded like you went boob.
Oh, okay.
That's what that sounded like to me. But no, it wasn't because I was noobish. I could get through most of the stuff, but when I got to the Butcher, there was no way I could beat him.
Yeah, and I definitely think that at the time you it is said that certain classes are easier to get past different bosses. I looked up, especially ranged classes would be easier.
Doing something like reverse. I'm pretty sure I wasn't doing I was certain I was doing something wrong. So I went online, and apparently the Witch Doctor was meant to be easy against. And the Monk and the Barbarian, because they're melee characters, and they can't really dodge something.
I was doing so much damage.
The thing is, though, you should easily be able to dodge it if you just look out for his pattern. Like when he does his little hoppy thing.
And I had lag, and I couldn't.
Yeah, that's also just stupid server issues while you're playing like a single player game. That's a load of bullshit.
And there was some other weird stuff last night where both of us, like, one of us will be fine at like 200 ping or something.
I was getting, for some apparent reason, internet fine. I was getting 3,000 ping.
Yeah, and then one of us would drop down to 3,000 ping.
Wow.
And it was go back to normal. And then later on, I was playing, and then I dropped down to 3,000 ping. It was really weird. I think there's something. Of course, there's something wrong with the BattleNet servers. I don't know.
BattleNet.
It's stupid as fuck. And you have to be connected to everyone at all times, because that's how BattleNet likes to work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. It just.
I hope these stuff gets sorted out before the real money auction house comes up. I'm going to probably talk about auction house next, but yeah.
Actually, no. Actually, a next sort of conjoining topic. You know how the whole hacking thing has happened?
What hacking thing? I haven't heard of that.
Okay, so a lot, and I mean absolutely a lot of Diablo 3 accounts have been hacked and have been stripped of all their gear, all of them, all their money, and all their stuff in their stash, and then like just left for dead. This happened to my brother. My brother's barbarian, like shit happened to him. All the gear was sold, all the money was gone. Luckily, his barbarian is only his secondary character or whatever, and he had some money that he could rebuy some gear with. But that was a pain in the frickin' ass. And the same thing happened to his demon hunter, except he also had a lot of money, and
Your money shared through your whole account.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was probably it. Yeah, he had some money and he could remake his armor. So no, yeah, it was the barbarian that got stripped, and luckily the demon hunter was fine. So that was the case. Sorry, and yeah, this has happened to a lot of people, and I've read this, and it's been really annoying. And this is the thing that I'm fearing with the auction house. All these people are getting all this gear, all this money for the real money auction house, and they're gonna be rich as fuck because they're just spending, like, using all this different
I'm pretty sure like they'll find out who it's going.
Oh yeah, I hope they do, because someone's gonna be very rich very fast. And
they're not gonna get rich. It's not
rich.
It's not like it's gonna go for about $100 a piece of armor. It's gonna go for about 20 cents.
Yeah, I know, but still,
and they're not gonna make that much. Like, starting off, the economy is gonna be weak. But after about probably a year, when the expansion comes out, everything's going to be like sorted out and all the economy is going to be fixed. But now it's just friggin' stupid. I mean, there's some stuff in the normal auction house, the one you use gold to buy.
Yep.
Right? And there's like a piece of armor for a level 20er. That's 150 grand buyout. And that's the lowest I've seen. Like, it had a socket, but it had no gems in it, because you can sell items with gems in it.
Yeah.
And it was shit. It had like 4 strength.
Yeah.
That was it. It was like 150. So everything's going really high at the moment. And the auction house, it's so retarded. Okay, I'll give you an example. For the gems,
yep,
you can buy gems on the thing. So gems put in your socket and they give you a bit more stuff, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
And there's two select filters, and the first one is quality, and because there's different quality of gems, there's like chipped and flawed, and then normal, and then square, and then star, and then radiant star, and all this other crap all in it. And then there's like what kind of gem: ruby, emerald, what else is there? Ruby, emerald, topaz, and amethyst.
Okay. No, isn't that... No, there's no diamond. My bad. I'm an idiot. Yep.
And then there's another one, which you have to fill out, by the way. It's quantity.
Wait, what?
Yes. There's a filter that you have to fill out, which is quantity. So if you do not put the right quantity, you will get no searches. I mean, this is freaking flawed, obviously, because you don't look for a quantity of gems. You look for the gems, and then you look at the quantity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so friggin' stupid. I mean, why would you look for a quantity as a filter?
I don't know. Maybe maybe you want a wholesale.
I could see if it could be an optional filter. Like, I mean, I can see it's that. Like, you want to find 10 of these. I don't know why you would want 10 of fucking gems. But if you wanted 10 of them,
distribute across the characters, obviously.
Yeah, I guess so.
Continue.
Yeah, but if you wanted 10 of them, but if you didn't, you have to put in a number, and hopefully you'll get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was there for about 20 minutes trying to find one. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but then I heard later that the lower gems aren't even in there. Like, no one's selling the lower gems, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go up to Radiant Stars or something.
Yeah.
And looking for them. I still couldn't find any fucking ones. It's stupid. Someone said, oh, you can put 0 in and see them all, but that doesn't work too. You put 0 in, you get nothing.
That's great.
Yeah, and real money auction houses in there, it's not there to the end of May. So, if you're watching this during May, you won't see it.
So yeah,
You can't-
well, it's only 5 days till, or 5 or 6 days till the end of the May, so it's actually less than a week away. So
Yeah. Yeah, but if you're watching this after May, it's going to be there, so don't worry about what I'm saying.
Okay,
But that's interesting because you can buy gold from Blizzard now, which is, yeah, that's, I don't know how that's going to work.
pay to win, yay.
Well, it's not really pay to win, it's pay to get gold, which really it's worth nothing except for buying stuff in the auction house and buying health potions, which you get anyway. Like, I mean, all the loot you want to get, it's all dropped by mobs, so you can't really spend gold to get great stuff unless you buy an auction house.
I just think, okay, so
It's not really pay to win though.
I think we've talked about the auction house, yeah? Can I talk about a different topic?
Yep.
How I said they've dumbed it down. Like, I've heard over countless different people talking about it, how in the original round of beta play, it felt a lot like a traditional Diablo game, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry for hitting the mic. But, and now, with how you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, with your thing, or with your, like, your health or mana or whatever, and then
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have
and then
Q for a,
then you just have a right and a left click sort of thing.
and Q for a health potion.
That's what it is now. That's not anymore. But like
No, it
no,
is
no, no, no. How Diablo used to be is 1, 2, 3, or 4 was either a health or a mana potion, depending what you assigned to it. Q didn't do a thing, I don't think, towards that. And then in Diablo 2, like, you'd have a right click, but you would have to assign that right click. So say
I remember
say you have
Diablo was signing right click, but you could sign any spell to any point. They've dumbed that down too. You can only have your primary, your secondary, and then your active abilities, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4.
which it feels very, very noob friendly, which can be good.
No, but the thing is, it's actually really hard now. Because now you can't assign any spell, you actually have to select a spell. So I can't have dogs, no, not dogs, gargantuan and fistulas. I think they're called fistulas. I know. But if you can have these little guys with daggers, it looks so cool. And you run and stab people. But I can't also have a giant fucking zombie thing wrapped in banners with that. So I can't have some great spells if I want one over the other.
Yeah.
Well, so it's actually a bit harder to work, but it's a way that it's noob friendly too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know that
When you
with
unlock more options, it's harder to.
the one thing I noticed that when you're doing your let's play, like your initial thing when you first got your zombie dogs, as the witch doctor, which was basically get your first summoning spell as a necromancer, skeleton. I think raised skeleton. I think you actually had already had the skeleton, or whatever. But yeah, you just right clicked it or whatever, and then it would raise the skeleton out of the dead, and then you could only have 3 max. And I found it hilarious how you at first thought you could have more, but it kept on killing the first one. Okay.
I thought you could have more and kill it, but there's a passive ability you can get later. It's zombie handler, and you can have 4 dogs instead of 3.
Nice. But yeah, and that's the whole thing with the skill system. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like the traditional sort of Diablo where you assign your points to where. You don't actually feel like you're having a choice on your progression. You just feel like
You do. Later on, you have a huge choice because you get different runes.
yeah, but that's not really a whole lot. That's just like that's basically choosing what abilities you want to use, not actually the whole progression of your character. So say if I really wanted I wanted a really tanky barbarian over a DPS barbarian, I I could just put way more stuff on my vitality or whatever, and like on my strength for my armor and all that, and I could just do that, and that's that. Or I could just put a lot more on my strength and my dexterity and like whatever the other one was for crits or whatever, and I could have a more of a DPS focused barbarian, and you could just choose this in different ways. I could have this barbarian which has more stamina than or not.
It's
stamina.
more about the loot in this one. Like, it's not focused on where you distribute your points. It's more about what armor you're wearing, and that determines how you play. But also, because you have spells, and there's only a certain amount of spells per class. But then you have runes, which make the spells do different things. Like my fire bats, I think I've unlocked about 6 of them. Right, and there's one that just increases the damage and range, which is really good, but it burns a lot more mana.
Yeah.
There's another one that vampiric bats that you can.
OP. I love it. I love it.
It's the same as the normal fire bats, but the same range as normal fire bats, but you get health from them.
Yeah.
And they do damage too. And then I think I've unlocked the third one. I'm not sure. I could be missing one, but there's no one called plague bats, which is a kind of damage over time.
Yeah.
It does dots as well. It does damage and then does dots.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you play style. Like, I mean, there's...
It could work, yes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't...
I mean, it does work. I mean, it works in a subtle way, but when I started this, like, unlocking stuff, I was afraid that everybody would use the same spell, and you'll have everything set up properly, exactly the same. But it's not like that, because I've seen people play the Witch Doctor and use vampiric bats over dire bats, because I use dire bats, it kills everything.
Yeah.
But people use vampiric bats, and instead of the poison darts, what I use, they use spiders.
Yeah.
And that works great for them, because they throw the spiders and then they run in and stab them. Because you can still use your melee weapons as a Witch Doctor.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think that the whole class, it's just the whole class progression system feels a lot more simpler and
Does feel like that, like
and
like at the start of the game. But when you get to like Act 3, where when we level up, we spend like 5 minutes making sure it, like what you like compared to what we use, like, you know what I mean? Like, we actually have to look at it now, and we have to.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think it's just because you played the beta and was only up the skeleton thing.
Yeah. Like I couldn't actually show or do much progression with my actual barbarian. All I could, I think, I only got like 1 or 2 runes, like second runes. I only got like 1 or 2 or 3 runes overall with everything, and that's a bit annoying. Like in the early stage, I don't know. It just
cause, like, as you know, Zach, he was switching between a healing kind of style where he would just mass heal himself and me at the same time.
Yeah.
Or he would go into a tanking where he'd take little to no damage, and he had a good damage output as well. So.
But yeah, and there's like a lot of different builds from what I've seen with especially a barbarian I've looked into, because that's my chosen my chosen class. But like there's like there's a lot of builds where you where it's like you take life from them, sort of thing. It's like, and all the
there's a lot of
buffs
spells like that. You take life from them. I think there's about 3 passives that actually help you do that as well.
Yeah.
And there's your zombie dogs can do that too, because there's one that I'm using right now is just because we got to a point where I couldn't distinguish my zombie dogs from the enemies. Everything's green at this one point, and I couldn't see like the enemies and my zombie dogs. So I changed it to another one where it's called Final Gift, and the zombie dogs are purple, and when they die, they drop health globes, which is really good if you're versing a boss or something, because the zombie dogs die nearly instantly.
Yeah.
But then there's also, you can set your Witch Doctor to take no damage as well. It's really weird because there's another rune I just unlocked like last night. It was lifelink, and some of my damage that I take goes to my dogs instead of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can do stuff like that. That giant is fucking fun. Yeah.
But yeah, so like, how do you feel your Zach? This is directed at, by the way.
Yep.
How do you feel that the monk progresses? Do you think it progresses like well enough? Do you think it's really simple or what? Because I think that you went for a drink in the middle of that conversation.
But I heard it. Okay. Well, the monk at the start is really powerful if you get the right items for it. But I'm having issues with like abilities and stuff, picking the right ability for certain type of battles. Like every punch, if we're versing a boss, I'll have to change my abilities. If we're free roaming, change my abilities. If we're doing a quest, change my abilities depending on what we have to do. And well, with Sam, he can just pretty much get one ability and it works for everything.
Yeah.
I change my abilities sometimes. Like when we're versing a boss, I change my abilities to I change my dogs and my giant to a different ability now because I was playing a bit. I wasn't playing much. I went back and did some other stuff on Act 1 trying to get that friggin' achievement because I'm all about the cheese, man. I still haven't got it. I was like, ugh. But anyway, I changed my Gigantuan when I was versing the Skeleton King for a third time. I don't know why, but I changed my to dogs, and I mean this might be a stupid thing, but I was testing that build where I changed my dogs to rapid, so they do dots attacks as well, and my Gigantuan from sweeping AOE attack because it's only one of them. You know what I mean? So I don't want to AOE. Into Frenzy Giant, which he just gets really big and does so much damage if he's versing elite or a boss.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So it depends on what you're going to fight, because I've seen stuff where a guy will set up his build just to verse elite mobs, like go for the elite groups and stuff, so he gets more loot.
Yeah.
But I've seen other people who just set it as focuses DPS and just clears a whole dungeon and struggles on the elites. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like one thing that I've watched a little bit here and there. I haven't really watched a whole lot because I don't want to ruin the story for me, sort of thing. And because I'll probably only play this game through once or twice, sort of thing, on the harder difficulties with friends or something. But like, from what I've seen is that people are struggling with choosing the correct sort of thing. Although when I watched
but there is no correct thing.
Like when I watched
that's what I'm saying.
Husky do it, he was like every time he leveled up, he was changing his abilities for like 5 minutes, and he literally sat there on live stream looking for 5 minutes what skill he should doing, and Dodge's like, yeah, let's go, yeah, let's go, yeah, let's go. And then Husky's like, yeah, whatever. And like he's like still there, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but again, it depends on your playstyle.
Yeah.
Like you can't find out your playstyle straight away.
Yeah,
you have to learn it.
You gotta feel for it. Like for some reason I'm horrible. For some reason I love the whole idea of being a tank, and so sometimes it doesn't really end up like that because I don't really go for the cookie cutter sort of build of like getting a shield and getting this armor here and all that. I just go with whatever looks badass, really, and feels badass. So like dual wielding axes is fun, and it's just
some weapons like barbarian like we picked up is so stupid. There's I don't want to spoil it, but like during Act 2 you can get this weapon, like it drops nearly everywhere.
Yep.
But it's a tree trunk, right? A petrified tree trunk that's got barbed wire wrapped around it.
Oh yes.
That's all it is, and it's just so awesome, but like so stupid at the same time. That's good.
Every time I see it, I go, yep, petrified trunk. Okay, I guess they cut down low trees to get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
So there's hey, I'm gonna spoil one bit, but during Act 2 there's like a little new
Covering my ears,
event.
by the way.
It's new event, and me and Zach pissed ourselves off at what we saw. There's a guy digging in the desert, and for some reason there's a sunken ship. And what happens? He goes, "Oh, be careful of the ship because apparently it's been cursed by demons." And then he just gets killed. It's so freaking hilarious. There's so many parts like that too. There's like people when you think everything's gonna be fine, and then they dead.
Yeah, it's
the,
definitely
I'll
not.
make it out alive. I'm dead.
No, he doesn't say that. I said that.
It's
He says, "I'll tell his family," and I'm like, "Yeah, if you're alive." And then we go down the stairs, and he's dead.
yeah, like it's definitely not a light and fluffy game because there's a lot of people like.
There's a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's just but I guess that's the fun of it. People just exploding at the force of my hammer in his skull. But like,
I mean, even the bosses, the bosses.
Oh yeah,
disgusting looking. I mean, again, the Lord of Gluttony. He is so disgusting. You just want to kill him for looking at him. It doesn't matter if he's bad or anything. You just want to kill him.
Actually, I'm probably gonna regret this, but is the butcher right at the end of Act 1? Is he like the butcher from Diablo 1? Do you know? Because like the first main boss that you verse in
apparently when I killed him, I listened to the lore, and apparently there's plenty of butchers in hell.
Oh, okay. So
and some of them have been summoned up to guard the spot or something.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't be the exact same one. All right. Okay. Cool.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be the exact same one, but it's
same type of unit. All right.
Yeah.
Except that was just like 10 years ago in technology. Well, 12 years ago in technology. That first butcher that I versed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently there's plenty of them in hell. They're meant to be like torturers or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I understand.
Some of the hell units are so awesome. There's this one unit that is essentially a Nada Swamp. That's essentially what it is. And it takes forever to kill, and it's so stupid. And when I say it's essentially a Nada Swamp, I mean it like spews out monsters.
That's nice. I love that. Like, I don't know. Another reason why I absolutely love Diablo is just for the epic, for the epic demons, because a lot of them always look cool.
All the demons look cool, I reckon.
Yeah.
Even the little grunts.
Yeah.
They even look cool. They look like little dudes with a hammer and a helmet for some reason. They have a helmet. And they're like smashing shit.
It's like, I almost want them to make like a strategy game of Diablo of like humans versus the depths of hell. I just think that would be excellent, but but like that's obviously not Diablo. But
yeah, because that's not RTS.
No, but it would definitely be a lot of fun though. I'd love it simply because I love the universe that you are in.
Yeah, because Blizzard makes really great universes.
Yeah.
If you notice that, like, there's a StarCraft 2 universe, it's always rich, and there's always stuff to fucking kill, and everything looks so, like, how it should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Diablo, everything looks how it should.
Yeah. You should. You're an old Tristram. The place should look like it's falling apart. Well, guess what? A building collapses right in front of you. Oh shit.
Yeah, even the stuff that you think, it's just gonna be a picture in the background, you're not even meant to get there. Even that's all rented out and it's all animated and all everything. Like in start of Act 3, you're doing this huge battle on a fort, not anything, but you look down and there's shit going on. There's a white guy picks someone up, eats him.
Oh god!
And waves and waves of demons coming out of this place.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm definitely excited for Diablo 3 when I get it. I'm getting it for my birthday sometime soonish, I think. But I'm definitely excited because it's just feels so. awesome. Like, and I've heard so many epic things about it, and it's so annoying hearing you and Zach play it, because I know you're having so much fun and you're getting so far ahead of me, and I'm just like, I must catch up, but I don't have the actual physical game copy to play. So yeah.
Oh, we found out too. It's really easy to catch up because
Oh yeah.
when I was up to Act 3 and I got stuck, and I didn't want to ask my cousin for help because it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
So I went and helped Zach. He was at near the end of Act 1.
Yep.
But we got to Act 3 in about 2 nights, and he caught up nearly, like, he was getting about 16 to 1 of mine. So the experience doesn't matter. So if someone could rush you from level 1 to 60 if they're level 60. You know what I mean?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, the level 60 level 60 guy wouldn't get any experience, but the level whatever
Yeah.
would get half the experience that he would normally.
Okay, yeah.
But that's still enough to catch up to the person.
Yeah, because that person, especially in the later levels, it takes ages to get to the next level. So I guess it would be easier to catch up in that respect, because you have to get less experience in the first place.
It's like that, but like when we got past Act 1, Act 2, Zach was at the level he should have been level past Act 2. Which I mean, it's great because I cleared up one area by myself when Zach was having internet connection problems.
Yeah, yeah.
And he still was at the right level. I mean,
yeah. Well, I almost just want to play the whole game as, like, on normal mode or whatever, solo it as each of the classes, just to get a feel, like a full-on feel with each of the classes. But I'll probably almost be sick of the game by then. I don't know.
By the end of Act 1, you should start seeing
who your favorite one is.
Like progress of your character and your own personal style of playing.
Yeah.
But Act 3, you have your own style and you know what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Zach even made up a combo between us. I mean,
yeah.
There's this move the monk dude brings everybody together, and there's a combo you use that, and you use the kick, which kicks everybody around you.
Yep.
And sends them flying.
Nice.
But why he does the spinning in thing, I use the ability called Acid Cloud, which dumps a huge pile of acid on people.
Nice, nice.
And then he would use his kick.
Yeah.
And then everybody would run back to him and run into the pools again.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Alright, okay, so I think we've been going for quite some time. If I actually look at the Skype call, we've been going for about an hour-ish if we cut out the pre-show stuff. So, I just want to think, final thoughts on the game. Zach, go ahead.
Okay, final thoughts on the game. The game is excellent, graphics-wise and gameplay-wise, especially playing co-op with Sam. It's hilarious.
Yeah, co-op is where it's at. I mean, solo, you probably get all the lore, but co-op is the most fun, I would say. And graphics is outstanding. It's a bit, like, it's not to whatever scale today's graphics is.
Oh, it's still outstanding.
Yeah, it's about the same level, but it's not like fully up there.
Well, isn't it like it's like a updated it's like the same engine as StarCraft 2, just updated, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's not fully 2012 standard, but it's like 2011, early 2011 kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Which still pretty outstanding considering Crisis was around then anyway. Because Crisis is just godly if you...
Oh, there's one thing I have to say. Every Blizzard game has this.
Yep.
But they're in texture quality. There is no medium. There is high and low.
Yeah. Well, except for StarCraft, you can get medium.
In texture quality, I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Actually...
in texture quality, you cannot get medium.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that works.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they do that, but they do it.
But yeah.
Hey, your final thoughts? Or your first impression thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, my first impression of the beta, it was a lot of fun. It was epic. I felt immersed in the universe, which is exactly what I wanted in the game. It probably isn't as good as the first two. I don't know why, it just doesn't feel that way. It's definitely a great game to say, but it just doesn't feel as great as the original two. Probably because it's not the same team working on it. Torchlight and Torchlight 2, great games. Go buy them. But still,
Torchlight 2 is not out yet.
Well, when it comes out, whatever. It's made by the same people as the original Diablo.
That's what
my point being.
That's what I think too.
It's
the next generation of hack and slash.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's epic. I'm really psyched for it when I get it, and that's my thoughts. So Sam, close us off with your thoughts and our outro.
Hey, anyway, my thoughts were, I'm loving the game so far. I can't wait to do it all again in Nightmare and Hell and Inferno. I haven't finished part 4. Actually, someone spoiled me. Didn't really spoil me, but they invited me to the start of Act 4 and really pissed me off because the cinematic started playing. Not watching it.
That would be.
But
so
now,
painful.
because I've already watched it, apparently, I'm not going to be able to watch it when I get into Act 4. So I'm going to have to log out, log out the whole game, and then click on cinematics and watch it.
Oh god, that would be painful.
Anyway, guys, I have been Impsar.
And I'm Wolf.
And QED.
I'm Ringo.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, this has been the rant for this week. Sorry there was no one last week, and there might be one next week.
Yeah,
we're pretty busy.
I'll make sure of it. Kieran is definitely on it. You will more than likely be on it because you're on it every week. I'm probably going to be Warlock because I was meant to do that last week and I never got around. And this week was Diablo week, so we're doing Diablo. Yeah, but that was actually you were like right into Warlock for a few days there. But yeah, okay, let's just finish this off with my new nickname at school. Just a little bit of comedic relief at the end of this. My new nickname at school is Jesse Quickhands, the Dick Thief. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.